So guys, we dividend investors, we simply can't resist a good deal. And with the drop we've seen over the last couple of weeks, then there is a lot of really high quality discounted dividend stocks out there. And in today's video, then I am going to be talking about 3 discounted dividend stocks that I do think would be the perfect pickup for your portfolio as we just went into 2025. So moving straight into the first dividend stock of the day, and here we have a company that we all know about, and that is McDonald's. And this is truly a dividend stock. They are of course earning a lot of money on their fast food. They have a very strong brand all over the world, and they are also a powerhouse when it comes to real estate. And it is a staple in so many different dividend investors' portfolio. And looking at the share price for McDonald's, well then we do see that they've had a very rough month. And during the last month alone, well then is McDonald's actually down by more than 5%. And if we do zoom out and look at the last 12 months, well then is McDonald's down by 2.5%. But as I mentioned before, then is McDonald's a really strong company with a very strong brand all over the world. So let's just have a look at their dividends. And they are coming in with a dividend yield of 2.53%, a solid payout ratio of 56%. And that means that McDonald's can easily increase their dividends going forward. And that is always very nice. A 5-year growth rate in their dividends of 7.47%, and they have been growing this dividend every single year for the last 22 years in a row. And overall, then is McDonald's a really solid company. And I see no reason whatsoever as to why McDonald's shouldn't be a great investment going forward. So moving on to the second dividend stock on my list. And here we have Lockheed Martin, which is the go-to company whenever it comes to military contracts and defense spending. And one thing to know about Lockheed Martin is that it is the largest defense contractor in the entire world. And with all of the uncertainty there is right now, both in the Middle East and in Europe, then having these type of companies in your portfolio might not be the worst idea. And as far as the share price for the stock goes, then during the last month alone, well then is Lockheed Martin actually down by 1.78%. And if we do zoom out and look at the last 12 months, well then is Lockheed Martin actually up by 5.71%. And when it comes to dividends, well then is Lockheed Martin also doing really well. And they currently have a dividend yield sitting at 2.71%, a payout ratio of just 44.71%, and that means they can easily increase their dividends going forward. A 5-year growth rate in their dividends of 7.21%, and they have been increasing this dividend every single year for the last 22 years in a row. Lockheed Martin is a really stable and solid company to have in your portfolio, but it is also a company that does provide you with a lot of dividends. So moving on to the third dividend share of the day, and here we'll be taking a look at the real estate sector, and more specifically at Prologis, who have come under some pressure recently as it just came out that interest rates might be staying higher for longer. And it is not only Prologis who have been suffering from this, but basically every single company within the real estate sector. And as far as the share price goes for the stock, well then are they actually down by 2.4% during the last month alone. And if we do zoom out and look at the last 12 months, well then is Prologis actually down by 17%, and that is a big drop in share price. And even though the share price continues to drop a lot, well then is Prologis actually one of the most consistent growers, both in terms of financials, but also in terms of dividends. And taking a look at their dividends, well then we do see that they are coming in with a dividend yield, sitting at 3.57%, but when it comes to dividend growth, well then is Prologis looking really good, as they do have a double-digit growth rate of 12.62%. And that is a very nice growth rate. And they have consistently been increasing this dividend every single year for the last 11 years in a row. And overall, then is Prologis an absolutely amazing REIT. And if you have been thinking about adding a REIT to your portfolio, well then Prologis might be the perfect pickup for your portfolio. So that was basically the 3 dividend stocks that I do have my eyes on at the moment. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these companies. And also let me know which stocks you have been buying here in 2025. And that was it for this video. See you guys in the next one.